to the SportsKODE. It's our second week under our new name, and we've got a very special guest. But first, I'm your host, Killian Reardon. I'm joined by
Dylan Smith,
Eden Robertson,
Owen Wade,
and Darren Murray.
special guest.
our special guest. Well, in today's podcast, we're going to be talking about Shamrock Rovers, their historic win last night. Ireland under 17s. We're going to also talk a bit about United, Spurs. We're going to talk about Liverpool, and then we're going to move on to the rugby and a bit about the GA allstars to start. So we'll get Dylan's Bohs views out the way first. Dylan, how happy are you now?
First time in my life was supporting Rovers, and didn't disappoint. You know, from the off, I think going into it, everyone expected the outcome, but in the first half it was a lot closer than I think anyone was expecting. Cork were well in it up until Nevin's red card, which was a stupid tackle, very stupid tackle. I mean, completely avoidable. Could have brought the foot down, just flew in. First game since August, I think, and he was started, made that big mistake, flew in. Straight red. I don't think there was any arguing whether it was a red or not. But from that point on, you're going into the second half. It was inevitable. I think everyone was just waiting for Rovers to get the first goal, and they did through Roy Gaffney. Cheeky little finish. Very hard to miss. But
I was going to get onto that. Well, this was Rovers' first league double since 1987.
First league double since Bohs in 2008.
There you go. I was also going to say that it's we've had 7 domestic doubles this century. It's Rovers' first one. Were you impressed with how Rovers played, considering the tough game they had against AEK Athens midweek?
Going into it was obviously going to be harder on the Rovers players. I mean, Cork from the end of the season could have rested the whole squad a whole lot more, considering that they were relegated from the last few games of the season. They hadn't much to play for. That all their focus was on the final, and to get something out of it. Rovers still had Europe and still had to tie up the league title in the end. But going into it, I didn't doubt them, despite the first half. It was definitely close. It was really close, in fairness. Cork were straight in it, but you were just waiting for, that red card or that slip up from Cork. But in fairness too, Cork very, very nearly scored. Ed McGinty kept Rovers in it in that first half.
Well, I definitely think Cork were a better team in the first half, but up until the red card, I think they played their system well. I think they kept in a low block and then tried to hit Rovers in the counter, and they didn't break through many times. But I thought it was definitely good to see until the red card, which kind of killed all their momentum, kind of killed the game plan, getting it up to Shawnee Maguire. But I don't think they're ever going to get past Rovers.
Of course, and I mean, Bohs getting Europe from it. Can't really complain about that. Getting the passport ready for it. Hopefully I'm allowed out of the country. But
well, to bring everyone else into it, I was going to then talk to you about the midweek game, the weekend games, the United Spurs. What did you think, Ethan?
Jeez, you were fairly happy with the draw, weren't you? Same level as Wolves, the other team we drew with at Spurs. Poor performance from both teams, I think, to be totally honest. I think Spurs were we were not good. We were so bad. We had like 5 minutes of good play in like the 65th minute, then it went all away again, and then we score. I think Tell great touch off Udogie, and then he slapped it top bins off a deflection. And then obviously Richarlison got his Bluetooth header, took off his top, and then Delict scored. I think Almiron had that was a terrible game for Almiron, and I think Frank wasn't much better either, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, I think it was the first half was a poor first half. I think obviously the Mbeumo header was very important.
Good header.
Very good header. I don't know what Spurs were doing defensively.
It was it was shocking defensively. We tried to cleared it right back into Acuna, who gave it to what's his face. Your right wing back. He's really good.
Dorgu?
No, not Dorgu. He's right wing as well.
Ahmad.
Ahmad, that's
Ahmad.
it. Diallo, yeah. And he crossed it in.
Yeah. Obviously then, a bit strange. United went down to 10 men after the first goal from Spurs because of Sesko's injury. Now, it was a phenomenal tackle by Mickey van der
It was a
Ven.
great tackle.
I don't think anyone expected him, to
At least
come
Paul
back.
Sesko.
Yeah, well,
He did not look like he knew he was there at all.
He had 2 golden chances, kind of back to back. Really, Mount put him through both times, and he kind of fluffed both. I think he thought he had more time than he actually did. Yeah, what do you think about Spurs? The way they kind of couldn't keep their composure despite United being out 10 men out. They were 2-1 up for 4 minutes. Why don't you think they could hold on to that?
Because Richarlison took his top off. It's like the curse.
Yeah.
No, I don't think we deserved to win that game at all. I mean, obviously I was celebrating, as you know. I was sending in many laughing emojis when we scored the second one. But I didn't actually feel confident after we scored that goal, even though you had 10 men. It just didn't look like solid. Like when we conceded that corner, I was thinking, oh, crap. It's like, Delict could score this. But I'm kind of curious, as a United fan, you two, what were you thinking when you're 1-0 up away from home against a Spurs side who are notoriously not good at home this season, but can still score goals, and then you proceed to waste 3 substitutions and brings on a striker? So it's not a defending a 1-goal lead; it's more trying to continue that lead. I don't know. And when we could score our 2 goals, what did you think then?
I thought it was weird substitutions because I think if you're trying to hold on to a game like that and you're trying to, it's 1-0. I don't think we were going to get a second. I just don't think we were great going forward. I was surprised that he made those substitutions. I'm surprised he made them so early because normally managers kind of make 4 and then they hold off the 5th because they're like, something
just in
happens.
case.
He made all 5, even though we weren't really under pressure at that point. And I think the substitutions really changed it. I think Ugarte wasn't in for the game. I just don't think he was up for it. I don't think he ever is up for it. I think the Maguire change, of course, had to happen because he was struggling.
His hamstring was gone. I'd say he's out for a bit now, is he?
I say so. Mount, I guess, makes sense, but it kind of disrupted our flow.
It did.
That's what was strange. Do you agree, Don?
Yeah, I mean, coming, I think, getting that 1-0 lead, especially since we haven't beaten Spurs in 5 years, there is that bit of tension around it, and making that substitution and bringing on Sesko. I mean, he has been a good build-up player, but for someone who, would need a bit more confidence, it's not the right game to bring him on when we need to hold out for that win, and
I think he should have won.
Pushing forward.
You should have won that game.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about that.
To bring Owen in, what do you think? Do you think United should have made these substitutions? Do you think they?
I think the same. I think the same thing, that they kind of wasted their substitutions and then obviously they got caught out. But look, it was unfortunate that they went down to 10 men and it kind of didn't go their way in the end. Well, I mean, they rescued the point, but
it didn't.
Yeah, I mean,
didn't go anyone's way.
Yeah, exactly.
I think there was a point that you were disappointed. Well, as I can speak, I was disappointed that we lost the 3 points, but then you actually gained that. You're actually happy to get 1 point because of the way it actually went.
One is better than nothing.
So. One is better than
nothing. I wanted to move on then to Liverpool to bring you in there, just briefly because I know it's a pain for you. What went wrong?
Everything, really, to be honest. Just didn't look up for it from the first minute. Concede that penalty, saves the penalty, then goes 1-0 down. I think a big turning point was the Van Dijk goal that was ruled off. Very harsh, in my opinion. Donnarumma got full sight on the goal. Robertson was in the way, but didn't impede his view. He was never saving that. Mm-hmm. So I think even that getting disallowed, heads went down a bit further. Once that happened, I think it was game, set, and match, really. Like we sat back, we let them attack, and then the deflection goal just...
You made a very interesting point earlier about Doku, and you thought Doku was very, very impressive. What do you think was a catalyst for that performance? Do you think Liverpool were poor defensively, or do you just think he was on his?
I just think he was on his day, really.
Yeah.
To win man of the match in 60 minutes, like it's unheard of, really. Playing against Conor Bradley, who, I mean, a few days before marked Vinicius Junior out of it, like one of the best man markers in the Premier League. Like, he couldn't keep up. Doku was just on his game that day.
And it was a unbelievable finish for the goal.
Very good finish.
Yeah. No, I thought he was very impressive. But are you worried that Slot has been found out?
No. I feel like he was relying on Klopp's building blocks at the start, which everyone kind of seen. Per results, but I feel like he needs time. You know what I mean? I feel like you can't expect him just to carry on what Klopp had built. You mean he needs to build his own setup, really. So you mean positive signings. You mean even though they haven't played very well with Wirtz and stuff, but I think it'll take time. We're not going to win the Premier League this year. That's understandable, but we can push on a good Champions League campaign and hopefully in a few years win another few Prems.
Yeah, I think he is under a tiny bit of pressure in the media because of how well last season went. I think if last season was, say he's got top 4 or top 6, and it was kind of like, well, it's his first year, and then these kind of growing pains to happen in this year, there wouldn't be so much criticism. But I think because it's obviously off the bat of a winning year, I think it's probably tough to move on and create that. Obviously, the budget doesn't help of how much he got. But would you agree, Owen, or do you think?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, because you'd see the headlines after that match. It was Man City thrashed the champions. Like that's the way they are. They're trying to defend their title now this year, and obviously it's not going too well. But yeah, I feel like if it was any other season and they had this poor run of form, like obviously there'd be a bit of stick around them because they are Liverpool and such a big club. But yeah, I feel like since it's been so many lost games and drew games, just lost games in like a continuous consecutive few games, like that means they're obviously going to get a bit more stick because they are the champions. And when a team that big gets a poor patch of form, then yeah, the media is obviously just going to run away with it.
Yeah, I think to then move on to our next segment, I think talking about a good run of form. Not sure if many of you have watched the Ireland U17s, but I wanted to bring it in for the sake of how well they're doing and giving them their plaudits. They've played two games so far in the World Cup. They beat Panama 4-1 and they beat Uzbekistan 2-1. Now, some key people that might listeners might know, Michael Noonan, obviously of Shamrock Rovers, couldn't play yesterday because he's at this tournament. Jay Numa, who's at Benfica, and Roy Finneran, who's at Newcastle. Finneran, who's Blackburn's youngest ever debutant at 15, was also as part of the Guardian's next generation of 2024 footballers, showcasing that possible talent. What do you think of Michael Noonan, Dill?
Unfortunately, being a Bohs fan, seeing him, he's an amazing player. And seeing his success with Rovers, is he still 16 years of age? Only 16 years of age, and he's starting for, the biggest club in the country. You think of Irish football, and Shamrock Rovers are the team you think of. It's hard to say as a Bohs fan, but having that quality, and I remember even when we beat them 3-2, obviously I bring up us beating Rovers in Tala, but when he tore through for the Rovers' second goal to put them 2-0 up against us, I could kind of tell when he picked up that ball and when he kind of carried it, the second he got to around the final third near the Bohs goal, you could see his head go up and immediately, yeah, that's a goal. He's such a threatening player, and for his age, like, you can only imagine how far he's going to go.
Yeah, definitely. I think he's. I think what I was most impressed about was his aerial dominance, his flick-ons to Jade Numa. I think in a men's game he is a standout because of that first team experience he has had. Do you think that's benefited him, Dar?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like he's out and out number 9. You mean he has everything really, like, you know what I mean, the positioning, even for the goal he scored, I think against Uzbekistan, like perfect positioning, knew the ball was coming in. You know what I mean, he really is he's a great player.
Definitely, I think he's a big asset for this Ireland team. He's 2 goals, both headers. His reading of the game, I think, is very good for both. You know, he reads the slanky cross for the Uzbekistan game, and he kind of was on this same wavelength as Jay Numa the whole game. Jay Numa's another player I wanted to touch on. We were speaking about him earlier, how he's tall, he's quick, he's kind of an asset that not many teams have as a left winger. Do you think he'll go far in the game?
Yeah, definitely. He's a real bright spark in Irish football at the moment, which is what we need. I feel like we lack these creative players, and I've watched the highlights of both the games, didn't get to see them, and like you can see he's creating chances right, left and centre. You know what I mean? Him and Ade Solanke, like, you know what I mean, creating goals out of nothing. You know what I mean? The Noonan goal was out of very little. They just had the ball in the corner and a great ball in and set him up perfectly. And I feel like that's what Irish football needs, really. You know what I mean? We're lacking goals. You know what I mean? Ireland's often known as a defensive team, and we never really get these creative players. So he's definitely needed, and hopefully he can go on to do big things. Even looking at his brother, had a semi-successful move over to England, did very well with the Palace youth team, and is playing in League One now. So hopefully he can be that step above.
Yeah, no, I fully agree. I hope he makes that step up, but I think Benfica's a perfect opportunity for him. Kind of a league with flair and pace are kind of rewarded. Obviously, Ireland tomorrow are playing Paraguay at 1:30, so it'll be interesting to see how they kick on and see if they get all 9 points from the group. But they are mathematically through at the moment, which is very, very good and a big achievement. Now to bring in a separate segment, we wanted to go on about Ireland's win over Japan on Saturday. 41-10 victory. Dar, what are your key takeaways from the game?
Get up the rubber, lads.
Very poor.
Yeah.
You mean, watch the whole game. You mean, first half very stuttered. You mean, it was a foregone conclusion that Ireland were going to win the game, but I was even questioning that myself at the first half. You mean, Japan's a really entertaining team, fan favourites. You know what I mean? They play quick, they play fast, they play strong. You know what I mean? But Ireland just were all over the place. You know what I mean? I don't think Crowley had any control over the game. Even though I favour him over Prendergast big time, I feel like he lacked control. Our attack looked very numb. Our defence was good, but against a very mild Japanese attack.
Yeah, it's kind of there. It's more even the substitutes came on second half.
Yeah,
That was kind of a better Irish defence then. Porter was good.
Porter was very
Porter
good.
was good. He was pretty standout.
But the main takeaway is the lineouts.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about these lineouts. I think it was very much in the press, Ireland's lineout problem. How can it be fixed? How can they change this going forward?
I think Paul O'Connell's job's on the line, really. 51% of winning your own lineouts in the first half. As a professional rugby team, I expect that down my local rugby team, not in professional environment. You know what I mean? These lads live, breathe and eat rugby. You know what I mean? They're training 7 days a week. You know what I mean? The lineouts were poor against New Zealand, which is understandable as New Zealand are top team and New Zealand stole the lineouts more than Ireland lost them. But to lose your own lineouts against a Japan team, they weren't even competing. There was just the first 3 lineouts. It's not all Ronan Kelleher's fault, but it looked like no one knew what they were doing. There's a call made, and I remember Keelan Doris tried to blame it on the crowd in the Viva. Very timid crowd in the Viva. Jamie Heaslip wasn't having any of that, saying he hope it's not loud in the next 2 games, which against Australia and South Africa coming up. You know what I mean? Australia will challenge them the lineouts. South Africa will absolutely destroy them
Dominate
if they don't fix
them.
it.
Yeah.
If they don't fix it.
Not much room for complacency. Now, one thing we did highlight and you wanted to talk about was Tom Farrell. Were you impressed with him on his debut?
I was. Rugby's a very different sport than football. to make your debut at 32 is unheard of. The oldest debutant as a back. I thought he played well. You know, I mean, he's an older player, so like we knew the first game nerves weren't going to be there, but I think it was justified. You know, I mean, he was the best rugby player in the country for the last 18 months. Went to the Bedford Blues a few years ago. Rugby career looked over. Got the sack off Connacht. Didn't want him back, and then Munster picked him up, and he's been a whirlwind for them. He's brought a spark back in the Munster attack that they just haven't had. So I think it was justified. Only problem with that though, a debutant at 32. World Cup's coming up. Ireland's an aging team. I'm not a fan of it.
Yeah. So you'd rather develop the youth, or what would be your ideal selection going forward?
Well, with the World Cup coming up, you know what I mean, it's as in any international rugby team, their goal is to build towards the World Cup. You know what I mean, Ireland's the Six Nations, but they can win that this year with an aging team. World Cup, you need to have a squad of players who are first team experience, who are used to these test environments, and to justify, like, it was a justifiable debut for Tom Farrell, but it's not building anywhere. It's a step backwards, if anything. If everyone who deserved an Ireland cap got one, there'd be 100 players playing every year. You know what I mean? It's not economical. I feel, I mean, there's lots of young talent. If you look at Ulster, Jules Postlewaite playing with Ireland A's against Spain. Like, he could do the test debut. You know what I mean? He's 22. He'll be there for the next World Cup. Tom Farrell's never going to play for Ireland again. It's a step back, in my opinion.
I think that's a very interesting point that you've made. Ethan, I was going to ask you, based on what you watched, RT's headline was that this is a stuttering Ireland that we're seeing, that they're not at full throttle and they're kind of struggling to get to full throttle. What would you change going forward to make that kind of back to the Ireland that we're used to seeing?
I don't really know what I'd change. I know it reminds me of the 2019 World Cup, where we had a great run of form 2017, early 2018, but then we kind of dropped off form maybe a year before the World Cup, and it's because teams have kind of figured out Ireland's plan A and they don't have a plan B. I think the same is kind of coming in the same pattern under Farrell. We don't really have a second plan. Like, teams figure us out. New Zealand figured us out in the last World Cup, and then that was it. Quarterfinal gone. If a team like Japan is going to figure us out, we've surely got to change some things up. Like, I know we obviously kind of changed up the game a bit when we brought on a lot of the bench, but you can't do that again. If that was a team, if Japan was a All Blacks or a South Africa or even an Australia or an England or anything, or France, we'd been run away within the first half. We had nothing.
Definitely.
And one thing I will say to change is the lineouts. We've had a problem with the lineouts for like 6 years.
Yeah.
We've had such a bad problem with them for so long. And I don't know, 6 or 7 years. I don't know how we haven't managed to fix it. But it's such a recurring problem. I don't understand it at all, really.
Just touching on a comment I see there. Great point made about Hugh Gavin. Hugh Gavin, perfect for the Irish setup at the moment. Big, physical, 13. I mean, it's exactly what we need. With Bundyaki aging, 12, he's a 12, not 13. But with Bundyaki aging, you know what I mean, and Henshaw coming to the end, I feel like Hugh Gavin, he needs that first team experience. He's playing a bit with Connacht, but he's one of the rising stars in Irish rugby. And if you get him his minutes, you get him up to test standard, he's going to be a hard man to stop.
No, definitely. To bring in both of these again, we're going to talk about the GA All-Stars that was announced over the weekend. Was there any surprise picks before we go into the individual awards for you?
Big surprise about Sean Rafferty, first All-Star for Meath since 2007. Great story as well. I feel like it was not a surprise, it is justified. Had a great year.
He was amazing. He was brilliant. Wish he was playing for Dublin. No
minor, no games for first game, senior this year. Never played minors, never played under 20s. So it's a great story. I think it's one that will motivate young Gaelic players all over the country.
I mean, when you think about that as well, not playing any minor around the 20s, like that's a huge knockback.
Definitely.
Because like you're looking at, major squads, like everyone that's on the Dublin team has played at least minor or under 21s, under 20s. Like all all the big names, you never really see a story like that in Gaelic football of someone that's not had that inter-county experience making it to that level, because a lot of people, it is a big gap, especially if you're only playing mid-league. It's a difference maybe if you're playing Dublin Senior Division 1, like obviously a bit biased to Dublin Senior Div 1, but it is quite a competitive league. It's most teams will have a good few inter-county players, and like it is like most players could probably play inter-county, but when you're going from that mid setup and how far they got as well, considering how far that mid team did push, it's really impressive.
Owen, are you happy with your Kilkenny lads?
I feel like I was kind of expecting the team that came out because, obviously Tipperary won and there was 7 Tipperary players in it. But, yeah, I mean, some people, I'm Kilkenny obviously, but there was 2 Kilkenny players. Some people are debating whether Hugh Lawler should have been in it. He's always just kept the same standard, so I think he definitely deserved to be there. But I was surprised Cian Kenny didn't get in because I thought he had an outstanding year now, in fairness. But, yeah, no, it's a pretty bog standard team. Some people were saying Darren McCarthy should have got in. I can see where they're coming from, but yeah, I'm not going to dispute that team too much. Like it was the team I was expecting to see now, to be honest.
So moving on to the individual awards, any surprises?
No, none at all. David Clifford, Player of the Year, foregone conclusion really.
Really, I just hate how good David Clifford is. Really.
That's his 6th All-Star. Or so
20,
far.
what's he, 27 years of age?
27.
26.
It's ridiculous. Really is ridiculous. As a Donegal man, have to touch on the Young Player of the Year, Finn Barrorty. I think
you can't complain about that.
It was questioned by some people. Some people said Oisín Conde. I don't think so. I think Oisín Conde maybe the year before, but Finn Barrorty, Ulster title, All Ireland final, even then first county, Donegal title.
Brick wall in defence for Donegal.
Unbelievable. Unfortunately, yesterday they were beaten in the Ulster quarterfinals by Scottstown. I think he had a pretty timid performance in that game, but it's a lot for him. It's a lot of football. You've got to expect to be tired after a full year of. He hasn't got a break. He'll be straight into the Donegal panel for next year, and it's good times for Donegal. As a Donegal man, All Ireland final.
You've a bit to look forward to in the future there.
Exactly. Finn Barrorty, rock at the back. I seen a thing today. He said his defendants from herding the cows in the Donegal fields. He reads the minds of the forwards like he reads the minds of the cows.
It's the most Donegal analogy ever.
Yeah. Well, he said it, but yeah.
I was going to ask you, is there any people that you'd expect to have seen that weren't there?
As a Donegal man, I have to mention Kieran Moore. I feel like he was very harsh to miss out. He was named nomination for the cornerbacks. Well, he's a half-back or a half-forward, but he had an outstanding year. I feel like he's one to watch for the future. Other than that, there's no real surprises. It was good to see Sam O'Roy in there. Like the front 3 was Michael Murphy, Clifford, and Sam O'Roy. 3 stalwarts of their counties. Louth had a great year this year. I'm kind of glad that Louth and Meath were recognised in the All-Stars, because it's very easy for the big counties. Like the All-Stars could have easily been just Donegal and Kerry, and there would be very little complaints. But I'm glad to see there's a bit of diversity in it. That the counties who really played good football this year were recognised. Sam Burns from Leith, I feel like he could have got a mention, but you can't include everyone.
I just wanted to move then onwards. A very interesting week ahead, going back to football. Very interesting week ahead for the Irish national team. We've got 2 big games now. It could only be 1 game after Thursday night. The squad was announced. There's a lot of injuries in that squad. We've got an introduction of Kevin O'Toole from from New York.
Exactly.
We've got kind of Evan Ferguson's today been ruled out of the Portugal game, with Kenny coming in from Celtic. Owen, as a Celtic fan, are you happy to see Kenny in the team?
I am. I think he's an outstanding player now, to be honest. I think he's going to do good things in the future, and he shows up for Celtic 90% of the time, so I have to say that's a good pick.
Were you impressed when he was at Rovers still?
He wasn't. I mean, like, he was a good player, and he was bagging in goals for the Rovers, but he wasn't that standout, to be honest. Like, compared to what he's doing bits over in Scotland now with Celtic, and he's leading the line brilliantly for them. But when he was over here playing the League of Ireland, he's not a player I would have picked out of a crowd and gone, "Oh, he's fantastic. He's something else," you know.
Yeah. No, I don't think he ever hit the ground fully running at Rovers. I think he was almost disrupted in a way. Kind of, almost got swept over by Noonan, breaking into the Rovers squad. I just wanted to touch that Ireland have 2 red cards or suspensions going into this game against Portugal. One's Ryan Manning, and the other one's Jason Malumbi. Weirdly enough, I think Jason Malumbi will be a huge miss because I think he's such a unique player in this modern game that all he's there for is to crunch into players.
He's such passion as well, doesn't he? Like
exactly.
That's kind of what you need.
And it's not.
Midfielder.
I think he's very break up everything, gives it simple. I think he's attacking machine now. He does go over the top a bit in terms of his own aggression. But I don't think that's a bad thing. I think as a
bunch of people in pre-season.
Yeah.
It's
I can't
just
really
pure passion.
It was a great box, to be fair.
It was, yeah. He deserved it.
But I don't think it's a bad thing. I think it's good, especially in this team. I think there's too many passengers with the like of Azaz. I don't think Azaz does much at all. I think Cullen's turned into an assistant player really, where he's constantly going backwards and sideways. I think going forward they're poor. Ogbene's just such an outlet for us to have, but even he's not really getting his game. He's kind of getting injuries. Ethan, do you see any positives going into the Thursday?
I think O'Toole's a positive, to be honest. I actually think he's quite good.
Really?
Would you watch much of him?
I've seen him a good bit in the MLS. Actually, he's quite quick. Like, he's really quick, and he's good at carrying the ball, and he can run. Like, he has very good stamina. I think he wouldn't be bad if he's starting over Manning. I don't like Manning that much.
I don't either, actually.
I don't like him.
I'm the opposite. I rate Manning.
I don't rate him at all.
He's a passenger.
No.
That's what he is.
No,
Yeah.
I feel when Manning was getting regular football with, I think it was Southampton he was with.
They got relegated.
Yeah, but he never got the call up, and I think regular football is what you need.
Yeah, but you're comparing like a team getting relegated from the Premier League compared to
A full championship team. Yeah.
an MLS player.
Yeah, I suppose.
Like, I mean, the difference there. Like,
Unless
I
you
think
take
if you're
Lampard
looking at someone who's been described as a less than mid-tier MLS player, why not look at the top tier players in our own league?
I was going to bring that in just before you say that was a Kevin Caban interview with Off the Ball in which he referred to Kevin O'Toole as a mid to lower tier MLS player, considering kind of the stereotype how poor the MLS is.
That's true, yeah, but like, there's two things I'll touch up on that. Number one, he's not a mid tier. He's actually he's a little above the mid tier. As far as left backs go in the MLS, he's quite good, and you have to watch him. He actually is quite good. Number two, compare the MLS to League of Ireland for 2 seconds. All right, even in the mid tier MLS, I would say quality differences right there. Even though the MLS is not a high quality, League of Ireland is not a high quality either. If anything, League of Ireland is levels below the MLS in terms of quality, I would say.
When you look at players like Jake Mulroney was doing quite well over in the MLS, and he came over and he was doing all right when he first came over the Pats, to be fair. But you know, when you're talking about a player who's apparently been prospering over in America, and you're bringing him back over to the League of Ireland, and he's nothing too special. He was obviously very good his first season coming to the Pats, but since then he's been quite lackluster. It doesn't, like, is the golfing quality really there? Obviously, you know, you have Messi, Suarez and all into Miami, but even at that, like,
yeah, I can see where it comes from, but I think generally quality wise, give him a chance. Give him a chance against Portugal. Let him run a bit, and I think he gives Ireland quite a decent attacking option on the left.
I'm really hoping he doesn't get on the pitch against Portugal.
Really? I cannot watch Manning for another 90 minutes. Like, come on, bring him on. Do something.
Again, going to
or
another
Coleman. I'm sick of both of them.
Going to another Rovers player, like why not call up Josh Honohan, who has had an amazing season.
Very good season.
Even in Europe, in Champions League matches, he's been, a standout player.
Well, there wasn't a single League of Ireland player called up, was there?
No.
Oh, there was, no.
Having Kevin O'Toole called up,
I was gonna.
It's not bad.
On the topic of MLS, another MLS player, we've got two in the squad. Andrew Moran, obviously on loan from Brighton. Now he hasn't hit the ground running. He's a fan favourite over there, but he's got 1 goal and 1 assist in 9 matches. Now I do rate Andrew Moran. I haven't, unlike you, Ethan, I have not watched much in American.
It's only because Son's there. Don't worry.
However, I am hopeful that he hopefully gets some minutes because I think he can impact the game, unlike certain other players that I've highlighted earlier. I think there's a lot on this game, with a lot of injuries that we have suffered at the moment. Is anyone in this room confident ahead of Thursday?
I'd go 2-1.
Wait,
We'll do the
predictions.
We'll do
do predictions for these games.
Right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we can do this one and we can move on in a minute.
Game.
Way bit out, Killian. Come on.
What?
I'm gonna go. Well, I don't think Ireland score more than 2 against Portugal. I just don't think we're that type of team. I'm gonna say if we are gonna win, I'm gonna go 1-0 because I just don't think we'd score maybe early from a corner and we'd sit in a low block and hope afterwards.
We have to look
exactly what I was gonna say. 1-0, hit the low block.
I just don't think there's any other way to play against Portugal. Especially we don't have the talent. We don't have.
Yeah, but
you
look at how we played against Portugal last time.
That's what I'm
played
thinking.
the low block, and
you
know what?
It worked.
Damn nearly worked. Damn nearly worked.
And that was in Portugal.
Exactly.
They're going to the Aviva. They're going to Irish home turf.
Yeah,
they have to go and beat us.
It's not like we've been amazing at home either. It's
that's true, but we do always play better against bigger teams. That's what I'm kind of thinking here. Like compared to like an Armenia, where they also sit back and let the other team kind of attack them. I feel like against Portugal, we actually do have. We do have a chance. I think a lot of people have written us off. I think 1-0 or 2-1. It can happen if we just lock in, lads.
I just want to remind you both that you cannot repeat the same prediction in our rules here. So you are going to have to pick another score because I have dips 1-0.
I said 2-1.
Okay.
See, you literally took my prediction from me. I was going 1-0, and I was going to describe the low block as well. You've read my mind, so
take the prediction from Owen and Dara. Take them.
Yeah. 2-0.
I'm going to pass the floor to the boys.
I don't know how positive you can be, really. It's not going to be 3-0.
It's Ireland.
It's not going to be 3-0. You know what I mean? I think we'd be lucky if we score. I feel like
I'm there with you, but somehow we're getting 2.
A strong performance is coming. I feel the pressure's on them. I'm going to go 0-0.
Yeah, it's not impossible.
I don't know if that's timid. It's not very positive.
I think all the pressure is on Ireland.
Portugal
have no pressure going on this game.
They've qualified, haven't they?
Yeah. Portugal are going to sit back,
enjoy it.
Yeah, and, we go hell for leather and fucking throw the kitchen sink at them.
Actually, I'm going to go 3-1.
Oh.
If it comes off, Dylan's motivated me there. If it comes off, thank you, lads.
Just before you say it, Owen, the context right now: Portugal sit on 10 points with 2 games left. Hungary on 5. We're on 4, and Armenia on 3. There's still there's 3 teams running for second place. Now, not saying Armenia are going to finish second place, but they still mathematically can. They kind of need, just like us, we need results to go our way. Now, Owen, what is your prediction?
I have a feeling we're gonna concede very early and score very late. So I'm gonna go 1-1, and I feel like it's gonna be, a memorable night. But I don't feel like the game is gonna be that good quality.
No.
There's gonna be a lot of sitting back, and then I feel like when it gets to the do or die, we're gonna score a goal in like the 90th minute or something. So 1-1.
I think everyone's predictions are fairly reasonable. And I think
Arthur, you on?
no, but I think you've given a good context to what.
I don't think 2-0 is that feasible now, to be honest.
Yeah.
Ireland
Stay
getting
confident.
I think I would
stay
some-
confident.
Ireland getting
Nathan
2 goals.
Collins.
2-1 and
Masterclass.
1-0 was taken, so
Yeah, it's not. Everyone seems not too downhearted about it going into it now. Obviously, a lot of pressure then goes on to Hungary. That Hungary game that's on Sunday, so I think it's also important to give our predictions for that because that is on Sunday and that's before our podcast next. So, Ethan, as you started us off last time, would you like to start us off for Hungary?
Yeah.
2-1
This is Hungary away, by the way.
The Hungary away, and the 2-1 actually is looking very, very, very tempting right now. But that's tough because it's away. But I'm not going to go 2-1.
Oh my god.
shocker.
I'm going to go 1-0. 1-0 Ireland. 1-0.
Whoa.
I think we play exactly like we did against Portugal the last day. But this time I think we score instead of them in the last minute. A last minute winner for us to qualify for the World Cup. Come on, you boys in green!
My ears. Sorry for anyone listening at home. I've just steered off the motorway listening to that. I think there is a context to this, obviously, and I think Hungary, it's balls in their court. If we beat Portugal, I think we might see a Hungary team that just sit back the whole game and it becomes a very difficult game to break them down. They might just play it safe, play it tactical. If in that scenario, if we win, I don't see them at all trying to go for a win against us. I think they're just going to sit, try and get that draw and go through like that.
That's why 1-0 is the safest.
I think 1-0 is very safe. In that context, I'm going to go... I don't see Ireland getting...
It's not going around the table.
2.
You said you're gonna
Yeah, you're last. Go last.
Whatever.
I'll go last. I'll say, go on.
Right, well, I was going to say 1-0, but I'm going to be optimistic and say 2-0 because, you know, I feel...
One goal.
What?
One more goal.
Yeah, one more goal. Another late goal is going to secure the 2-0 win, and we're going to the World Cup.
I'm going to go 2-1. I feel like we will win this game. Hopefully it's not dead rubber. If Hungary,
They're also confident.
if Armenia can get a result against Hungary, it's game on. But
I'd actually rather they didn't. I'd rather we got a result against Portugal and they got a result against Armenia. Just because if they don't get a result against Armenia, then they're coming for us. And I don't really like the idea of Hungary just attacking us for 90 minutes. I think we'd kind of be cooked.
But I feel like we will concede. Not early, as usual. I feel like we'll concede later on. And then we'll have two passing by that stage. So
I would say bring on Hungary, go hell for leather. I'd say defense is going to be a bit sloppy, but 3-2. The boys are going to come out firing.
So, just so
Please
everyone
God.
knows, Dylan Smith has said 3-2 and Ireland scored
Wow.
3 goals.
Laugh
For the
now,
first
laugh
time
now.
in however long we scored 3
And
goals.
then we lose to Armenia.
The last time we scored 3 goals was against Gibraltar in 2023. And then it was Gibraltar again in 2023 again. And then Latvia. So, I don't know. We don't have much of a track
The
record in recent
footballing
years.
giants that are Gibraltar and Latvia.
So, you said 1-0.
1-0.
2-0.
2-1.
3-2.
I'm not left with much.
Hungary 2-0.
I'll go. My heart's telling me one thing, my head's telling me another thing. So I'll say 2-1 Hungary. And I'll go that we
Get him off the pod.
Killian.
Oh my
we'll,
God.
they'll go 1-0 up, we'll equalise, and then we'll get our hearts broken. Because that's what we're used to these days.
You're right. I'm not gonna be happy.
Yes!
It's probably the most realistic prediction, but
It's,
you know.
Oh, definitely.
I think there's definitely more realistic predictions about Hungary and
Thanks,
Ireland.
guys.
3-2's happening, boys. 3-2's happening. Just
Now, this is the part of the pod that we do our predictions based
fucking
on...
done them.
Well, we've done...
Yeah, swear jar, get it.
We're getting our first swear
3
jar.
strikes.
Fuck about it.
You can't afford the swear jar.
Our predictions for the upcoming games. Now, obviously, we're not going to go through every single international game because we'll be here all night. But we'll pick out the ones that appeal to us most.
The tastiest ones.
Exactly. and we'll get everyone to do their
Just
predictions.
quick fires at you.
We'll
try.
We'll do quick fire.
Can I ask actually quickly, from last week, did we get any predictions right?
Now I won't lie. I may have forgot to listen to it back.
That's okay. That's okay.
But I will.
Dylan, you're the new leader now.
I'll announce it next week.
All right. Put it on the Instagram.
chat.
Follow
The
our
only, one,
Instagram.
the only one you've actually put up on Spotify where you can easily listen back to it.
That is very true. We'll post the results on Spotify. Not on Spotify. We'll post on the Instagram, and you'll be able to listen to this podcast on Spotify come Wednesday. So
Follow the pod.
yeah, please. Please support the pod as best you can. Dylan has now put his money into the swear jar. The first one of the season.
I will be hopping on Fortnite later, by the way, Callum. I just seen that in the chat there.
Anyway,
What age is this guy? Hopping on Fortnite.
Fixtures.
England Serbia. I think that's a good game to start.
Ooh.
We'll do the same format, going around the room.
All right.
Ethan.
Going 4-0 England. Harry Kane to score a hat-trick. And then, get the other to Phil Foden.
First Harry Kane reference of the podcast. That's good.
Has he done a podcast without referencing Harry Kane?
No.
Yeah, the first one.
He only said Kane
Yeah,
that
the
way. He
two-
didn't say Harry Kane.
The two where he wasn't here, yeah.
Owen.
I'm going to say 2-1 Serbia.
Oh, you're a fucking idiot.
All right.
Oh, sorry.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, I'm a wallet on me.
The mic picked
Swear jar, for fuck's sake.
We can do Revolut.
Do I have any cash?
Revolut the swear jar.
D4 get mentioned in Revolut.
No, I don't have any cash.
That
Sorry,
to be
lads.
done.
Anyway, what was your?
2-1 to Serbia.
I'm going to go 2-2.
Oh.
3-0 England.
Yeah.
I'm going to do a 2-0 England.
Can't be supporting England, lads.
For Dara, Slovakia, Northern Ireland.
4-0 Slovakia.
The only Northern Irish man here.
That's not true. Not true at all.
Oh.
Anyway, we won't get
The north of Ireland is where I'm from.
we won't
Chucky Art.
No such
political.
place. We'll not get political.
Anyway, Ethan.
Yeah. Which game?
Uh,
Northern Ireland.
Slovakia.
Is this in Slovakia?
That matters. Big time.
It actually does.
Tough place to
Oh.
go.
The table's changed. They've swapped. I'm gonna go 1-0 Northern Ireland.
1-0.
That's my prediction. Or no, 2-1. 2-1 Northern Ireland. Conor Bradley scores both.
I'm going to say 1-0 to Slovakia. I feel like Northern Ireland are not good away from home. So
Dara.
He's already done it, has he not?
4-0 Slovakia.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
sorry.
he already did
Did you
this.
think I was joking?
Oh, 3-1 Slovakia.
You go 2-0 Northern Ireland.
Mm.
Boo.
Is that not what Eden said?
I said 2-1.
Someone's not been listening.
Silly boy.
Then we'll do Poland.
Good up,
The
Golden
Netherlands.
Dirty.
Poland, Netherlands.
That'll be interesting one.
An
Me?
absolute classic.
I'll go 3-1 Netherlands.
I'm going to say 2-1 to the Netherlands.
I'm going to go 1-1.
Ooh. You know what? 2-all. I don't think Netherlands are great.
They're a good outfit.
Netherlands are good.
They're never as good as you.
Yeah,
like,
they're never.
you always
They're underwhelming.
They flatter
you
to
always-
deceive.
exactly, yeah. You always have great names, but as a team, they never really make it that far in too many competitions.
I will say they actually did draw with Poland last time out in Netherlands.
Yeah.
So there you go.
That's interesting. Just before I say
Big
mine,
raps.
in all the recorded predictions this season, only one person has got a single one right. Obviously, we don't know about
Wade.
that. And that is Owen Wade, who managed to get. It was some
Scotland against
Greece.
So
Yeah.
insulting for the rest of us.
I do remember saying 4-2 for City though. And you know, 3-0
Yeah, but it
is
was
not too far
3-0.
off.
Any chance of some rugby predictions?
No.
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 If Ireland was
No, get
playing,
out
that
of
chance,
here.
man.
Get out of
That'd be
here.
horrible to break.
I thought I'd chance Baron.
What did you say, Killian, for Poland, Netherlands?
I'm gonna say 2-0 Poland. Has that been said?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So I think I very much agree with Dylan. I think anytime the Netherlands play, it feels like they're just never at the standard people think they are. I think they are kind of this weird ego about them that they're a lot better than they actually are, even though
Mm.
they do have some star players. Anyway, moving on. I think we have to do it back again. Greece, Scotland. Owen's second chance.
This is in Greece, is it?
This one is in Greece.
Okay. I'm gonna say 2-1 Scotland.
You're a prick.
Let's go.
Didn't say it. I'm gonna go 1-0 Scotland. 1-0 Scotland.
I think he loses a point for that impression.
Even if he gets it right, we'll just
it
disregard
gets
it.
disallowed.
That doesn't count.
Has
I like
1-1
it.
been said?
No.
1-1. I'm a fan of 1-1.
You do love your 1-1s.
I mean, Scotland are at 10 points and Greece are only sitting on 3. I think a little dominant display. I'll go 3-1. I
Scotland.
think Greece, 3-1 Scotland.
Three-
I think Greece will nick one, but 3-1. Scotland have been very good.
Scotland have been very good. but
Greece
it's away
are
from
quite
home.
underwhelming, I mean.
No, I agree. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go 2-0 Scotland. That's been said.
Right. Yeah, no, it's not been said. I said 1-0.
So that's that one. Now moving on. Is there any other games?
Switzerland, Sweden, maybe.
Portugal, Hong Kong in the rugby at 3 o'clock.
We have to get a prediction on that
Actually,
one.
go on.
It's
I'll
for the
give
crack,
I'll
go
give
on.
Dara his time. Go on. What is your prediction for Portugal, Hong Kong?
3 o'clock.
It's definitely a Portugal win. Building towards World Cup, I think it'll be an absolute classic. I can't wait to tune in to watch it. Well, it's either that or England versus New Zealand.
England versus
I'm-
New Zealand's actually
I'm
pretty good.
torn between them 2 games now.
We all know what we're watching.
It's Portugal, Hong Kong.
Exactly.
So yeah, Portugal
Watch a
win.
few blue movies instead of watching that.
A one in a kind. Our first ever rugby prediction is on Portugal, Hong Kong.
Yeah.
Do you want to score?
Yeah.
Hey, go on.
47-15 to Portugal. And if that's right, lads,
I owe you a fiver.
thank you.
Go on.
Oh, yeah,
I'll go 24-7.
To Portugal.
Yeah.
I like it.
I'm gonna go 30-17 to Portugal.
I'm not even going to participate, boys.
Just do your 7 times timetables. Then. It'll be okay.
He's trying to work it out in his hands there.
I done higher level maths, thank you very much.
Ooh, you rod.
D4 fella talking about rugby.
It should be your bread and butter, man.
He was born in the
63-21.
Oh,
Phew, gee.
really did go through your 7 times timetables there.
I'll
Two
go
Hong Kong.
I'll go
no.
35-7 Portugal.
Okay.
Hong Kong win this game, lads. I apologise.
Yeah, we've all gone Portugal.
Well, they should. They should win.
They
it.
should.
I couldn't give you a single
No,
Hong
no,
Kong
no,
movie player
6
anyway. So.
63-21 Hong Kong.
Should we do Switzerland, Sweden?
Yeah, we'll do that one and then we'll conclude the pod. For
Is this
this
football
week.
or?
This is soccer,
Camogie,
yeah.
it's
This
camogie.
is.
Classic.
Oh. I'll go 2-1 Sweden because I still have hope that they actually might qualify for this World Cup. Just a little bit of hope. They're letting Kosovo go second in the group. How are they letting
How
this
did you
happen?
manage to pronounce Kosovo so
Kosovo.
strangely?
I think I pronounced it like that the
Kosovo.
last day as well.
Yes.
Kosovo.
Kosovo.
It's not right.
Kosovo.
Kosovo.
What you say? 2-1.
2-1 to Sweden.
I'm gonna say 3-1 to Sweden.
Don't actually back Sweden. I would back
Oi,
Switzerland.
Sweden
if I
are
were you.
unreal.
Sweden have 1 point.
Sweden are wank.
Sweden are so bad.
Sweden
Oh,
are
they're
Sweden-
being unreal. Sweden have been
Oh wait, no, we have to remember
Irish,
before
man.
before you say anything else that might get us age restricted. That the last time we backed Sweden and we kept going on about how great they were going forward.
Yeah.
When they have brought in Potter, who is obviously somehow fluent. Well, obviously he managed in Sweden, but it's very impressed that he's still fluent in Swedish. Obviously they've got such firepower now under him. Do you think there'll be a new manager bounce?
No. Did you
No.
say it was Potter?
Yeah.
I hate Potter.
Graham
Oh.
I
Potter.
really don't like Potter.
What did Potter do to you?
Hate is a strong
up
word.
for
I don't
Very
like.
strong
Sorry, yeah,
word.
hate is a strong
Hate
word.
is a strong
I strongly
word.
dislike Potter's
What if
managerial.
Potter's
The
Scotland?
sports code does not hate anyone
Yeah.
No.
of
We
any
don't promote
sort.
hate.
Graham
We do
Potter,
not
if you're
promote-
listening,
Except for Margaret
Thatcher, we all hate Margaret Thatcher.
We've got very
Man,
political
shit.
all of a sudden.
Graham, if you're listening,
Thank you very
Ethan
much
does
for
not mean the word hate.
thank you very much for still being with us.
Yeah. No, I
And
think
Graham
Potter's
Burke, I
not a great
hate Graham
manager.
Burke.
He was really bad
That's
with
fair enough.
Chelsea. I
Hate
think he got
Kieran
lucky with
Carl.
Brighton.
Or we just naming people.
We give one player each we hate.
We're just
Elliot, who do you
hate.
hate?
Anyway, so Switzerland,
This is
Sweden.
Sweden
What's-
for the win.
Margaret
I said
Thatcher.
2-1 Sweden. Shut up, Dylan. I said 2-1 Sweden.
I said 3-1 Sweden. Come on, Dar.
Go on.
Who's winning?
Go on there.
I think there's going to be a manager bounce. I'm going to go 2-0 Sweden.
4-1 Switzerland.
Yeah, that's more.
I'm going to go
realistic.
3-0 Switzerland.
Yeah.
And that will conclude our pod for this week.
Really?
Thank you very much, Dara, for joining us today.
It was a pleasure, and hopefully I'll be back on soon.
100%.
Put ones in the chat if you want to see me back
Yeah.
on.
No, definitely.
Spat that in the chat if you want
was
the back.
was great that you could give us an insight on the rugby and the GA. So well done, you.
Special thanks.
Yeah, thank you very much for listening. Now, Dara, to conclude, would you like to pick a song that you like for the podcast to conclude it?
That's,
Pick one quickly. Make sure to follow us on Spotify. Follow us on
Finn
Instagram.
Harp song.
L'amour toujours by Gigi Didis.
No,
What's his
no.
name?
Well, the special guest has to
Okay,
pick.
sorry.
let me go on the Spotify here because I want to get it perfect.
Speaking
name.
of
We're running out
Spotify,
of
He's
time.
coming for your,
SportsKODE on
he's coming for your
Spotify.
play zone.
Waiting
Remember
for
that.
waiting for Buttercup to be said.
Zesty or not, I'm going to go I Think We're Alone Now by
Oh,
Tiffany.
Ah, banger.
Banger.
What a cracker.
It's been running through my head the last few days. So
Right, come on, Dylan, get off your
Thank
arse
you,
and
everyone.
go.
Thank you,
Thank you
everyone,
very
for
much
listening.
for,
Thank you, lads. Thank
for
you.
listening.
Also, thanks for the one in the chat. I'll be back on soon.
Is that you? Of course it was.
Dara Marie, soon to be back. Thanks, everyone, for listening.
Thank you very much,
Cheers,
and
thank you.
we'll see you next
Follow
week.
us on Spotify and Instagram.
Oh yeah,
Look for the
please
song.
follow our
Spotify
Instagram.
and
Yeah,
Stream us on
thanks very
Spotify.
much.
Yeah, because
Have
we
a
don't
good
want those other girls.